Oh, happy Sunday, everyone. It's Shooter Scott Henderson. We are going to go over swing trade notes for the week of August 12th, 2024. Of course, at the end of our presentation, please do review our disclosure. Let's jump right into markets here. Now, just a general sentiment on whether I'm bullish, bearish, or neutral, etc. I am bearish if any of our PPI, CPI, jobless claims, retail, Fed manufacturing, and housing shows further weakness. However, outside of that, we bought the dip. So, but there's just too many swans. Something's going on. There's a lot of noise coming out, a lot of people talking about this crash because of whatever's going on in Japan and the currency market. And on top of that, we have the Middle East sort of staring us in the face again. So, as we're rushing more warships over there because I guess the Iron Dome is failing or something, whatever. Hey, something's going to spook this market, and it's not going to take much to get. All right, so as far as earnings this week, actually a decent earnings week. We got Baba Gold, AMAT, Walmart, NU, Cisco, JD, Wolf, Onion, I guess you pronounce it that way, and MLCO. Now, first, I'd like to note AST Space Global is Wednesday after the close. We have had a nice run in AST Space Global. Let me say that again. We have had a nice run in AST Space Global. So if you are going to hold that position, hedge a little piece because this stock does not have earnings yet. That's my 2 cents. All right. 50% back is total from where we are, which is gives us $6 or $7 on this. If something doesn't go right in the report, and realize this market is not rewarding mediocre small cap developed revenue. Sounds to me like a round trip potentially. So be cautious there. All right. Then we have Home Depot on Tuesday, which I didn't note in here. Now we do have a hurricane potentially in the Straits. However, the last 2 hurricanes that I've tried on Home Depot didn't work out. Profit on those. So I didn't add it to this week trade note. However, it is a candidate. We get a category 2, 3, or 4 hurricane heading towards the Keys or South Florida. This thing will pop $8 or $10. All right. So keep that in mind. It's on your list. Back in your mind. That happens. Watch it. Okay. Then we have AMAT on Wednesday or Thursday after the close. Walmart before the close. I like both those. Actually, I like DE. I didn't like the charts. I stuck to 50% back because last week we took a little bit of a loss. Most of that was due to Microsoft and Home Depot, like I mentioned. Microsoft really was the culprit because we just were totally wrong on that puppy, and we had too large of a position size in relationship to our other numbers, so it hit us. All right, well, next. All right, Apollo Asset Management. Nice flush. 50% candidate. I like how we came right off it, close to the middle of the high side of the candle. It was a nice flush. So we're looking for October 110 calls. 50% back is 110.78. A close below on the daily of 102.14 any day during the week. Close the position next. That's it. Very tight. Again, reduce position sizes. Scale in a way that you're comfortable to scale. And me, sometimes I don't have time. So I just put half on or jump a hole on, depending on how well the market's acting, if it's pushing or not when I enter. Tiny thing. So next. All right, let's look at AMAT. Nice flush here. It is in a primary wave 2 in an elongated A. These are very shallow. Typically, there's a good chance we don't get past this 3A2. We have to be conscious. So we just filled the gap, rejected. So it gets below that 188.05. I'm done because this could morph into an impulse leg down and give us 140, and then we reset and try again. But I like the way the chart looked. I also like the contracts are there, and I like the divergence here. Notice how this was our confirmed low kind of thing. Divergent low, and another divergent low here, and another divergent low here. 1, 2, 3. Looks to me like it's solid shot at 50% back at 235. So I like the October 220 calls, mainly because of the cost per contract. I need to really... Microsoft nailed me because I went with a larger contract size and I didn't adjust the position size, and it hit me on my P&L. So that's something I want to be conscious of. I like to stay in a certain box. Stay in the box. It works. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it seems to me every time I go outside that box, and Microsoft was outside that box, right? It didn't work for the week. So that ultimately is why I'm much more cautious. Now, ARM, another nice flush here. Lots of FOMO on the calls out there, all the way out till October. I was really surprised there were $1.40 and $1.50 calls out, quite a few of them. So 50% back, assuming this holds, right, is going to be about 143.34. September 20th, 130 calls, what I like. Filled the gap here again. We're basing a little bit. Close below that 107.94 amount. Next, we just, that's it. Wait for it to reset. If we want to try and re-enter, it's a good possibility you could re-enter that. Now, Citi got absolutely clobbered, right? We just basically came up, filled the gap, didn't reject it. So if it doesn't reject and get below this 56.81, I think we're good to our 2 here for at least 50% back for $60. So we're at the October 60 calls. There again, close below 56.81 on a daily chart. I'm out. Next, tight, very much like I'm saying. Well, I actually had 15 other candidates this week, and just with everything going on and the data reports coming in this week, I was like, man, I just want to take it light. I want to take the highest risk reward trades that we have, which, obviously you can see each of these stocks have extended substantially, right? So we have the most upside. So if we're right 2 out of the 4 and we manage our stop, we should still be good to, between an 80 and 150% gain for the week based on our cost per contract. So that was the way that I mapped this out. That's what I've got for this week, folks. Great trading. Until next time.